Welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing Transmission. This is your host, Mr. BDA. And in this transmission, we want to talk a little bit about the upcoming Viktor Postol versus Josh Taylor fight that will be taking place on June the 23rd in Scotland, if I am not mistaken. Yes, that's right, Glasgow. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. Josh Taylor is undefeated, 12-0 with 11 KOs. Meanwhile, Viktor Postol, who used to be considered the #1 guy in the division, 29 wins, 1 loss with 12 knockouts. He's been in there against some very good guys, beaten some good fighters as well. Ivan Mendy, Henry Lundy, Seluk Aydin, whom he knocked out with a fantastic, fantastic uppercut. He also stopped Lucas Matisse, first guy to ever do it. And then he lost against Terence Crawford, and since then he's only fought once. So it's a bit of a crossroads fight. You know, two fighters at different stages in their career, meeting each other with a lot to lose and a lot to gain. Postol is 34, so time is running out. Meanwhile, Taylor is 27, physical prime. He impressed everybody when he beat Miguel Vasquez, the very tough Vasquez. But anyway, there's also big implications for this, because the winner, Taylor, has said, if Taylor wins, he wants to enroll in the WBSS 140-pound tournament that will be taking place somewhere late next year. Postol, for his part, I think he's not terribly interested in that. I think he was with Top Rank, so I don't know if Uncle Bob wants to put him in that tournament. Usually, Bob Arum has refrained from including fighters in tournaments. So Postol is here to prove that he's still the man in the division, and Taylor wants to prove to everybody that he is indeed one of the best fighters in the world. He wants to cement that status. You know, Taylor reminds me a little bit of Errol Spence. They're both southpaws that apply pressure. They both break guys down to the body, and they have a wicked right hook to the body. You know, usually with southpaws, their best weapon is the left hand. I'm not saying that Spence and Taylor don't have good left hands, but it's really the right hook that seems to be their strongest punch. Now, before people start jumping in here and accusing me of being an idiot for comparing Taylor to Errol Spence, yeah, Errol Spence is the better fighter. He has a better resume than Taylor. I think Spence controls the distance a little bit better as well. But the reason why, again, they do watch their fights, and they're very similar fighters. Southpaws that apply pressure, work both sides of the body, and really have shown a lot of potential so far in their young careers. That being said, you know, Miguel Vasquez, very tough, awkward fighter. Nobody was really able to stop him before Taylor got his hands on him. Vasquez really, you know, Taylor got off the ring and everything, and he made Vasquez stand his ground and had to trade with him. But at the end, Vasquez didn't have the punching power to keep Taylor off him. Postol, that's a bit of a different proposition here. Don't focus too much on his record. He is a bigger puncher than Vasquez, at least. And we know that he's a better and more controlled boxer. Watch his fights. He's very good at stretching his left hand, putting it out there, and maintaining distance so he can land that big right hand of his. This will probably prove to be Taylor's version of Spence's breakthrough fight against Kell Brook, another smooth boxer with a good right hand. So in this case, Taylor is Spence and Viktor Postol is Kell Brook. I know it's not exactly the same thing, but it's, you know, very similar, as I said, very similar scenarios here. I think what Taylor's going to want to do, and I hope you guys agree with me on this one, is that he's going to try to walk Postol down. I don't think any of us envision Taylor boxing, at least not for the whole fight. Postol, he likes it when guys go to him. He's a counterpunch, after all, a counterpuncher. So, you know, he's gonna want Taylor to go to him, and it's gonna be perfect because I do think Taylor's gonna walk towards him. But I don't know about you guys. I don't see Postol being strong enough physically so that if Taylor walks with his shots, he's gonna be able to out-muscle or push Taylor back. When he fought Matisse, once Matisse made it on the inside, there wasn't much Postol could do other than clinch. So even if he's able to stand his ground, I don't know if he's gonna be able to outfight Taylor on the inside. There's also something, it's not just physical about Postol, there's something weak about him mentally too. When he got dropped by Crawford, he was doing very well in the first 4 rounds. And then when he got dropped, I think he got dropped in 2 consecutive rounds, and he just lost his composure and started to overshoot with his right hand, and that gave Crawford more openings. You know, he was trying to do the right thing against Crawford, keep hitting it on the outside, but then Crawford, also smart, kept boxing from the outside, and he made Postol get out of his comfort zone, and you know, he forced him to come forward, which is again something Postol doesn't really like. And as I said, he started overshooting with his right hand, he got caught with left hands, and that was all she wrote. You know, Crawford was able to outbox him. And it also happened a little bit in his last fight against the unknown and undefeated Nurmagomedov. You know, this guy was undefeated, southpaw, came in there as an opponent, comebacking opponent for Postol, and he made Postol look bad because, again, he was able to drop Postol, surprise him with a left hand, and I think it was 5th round. And then Postol got a little bit too overeager to try to get, you know, his back, and start overshooting the right hand, and he would get too close. Nurmagomedov would clinch him. It wasn't a good performance from Postol, and it also didn't help that Nurmagomedov went on the defensive, which again made Postol have to go out of comfort. So that's his weakness, Postol. Mentally, if he suffers a knockdown, he's sort of like, you can see it in his face somewhat, like he doesn't feel comfortable enough anymore once he's in there. But how is Postol gonna react if he gets dropped in Taylor's hometown in Scotland, and the crowd's going wild, and just like, you know, he starts to give up a little bit and starts to lose his composure, and the plan goes out the window? Can he adapt? That's going to be one of the major things here. So the keys to victory for Taylor are going to be, he has to come forward, work the body, both sides, keep his hands up, keep his hands up, and maybe even shift a little bit. In other words, switch stances so that he can land that overhand right over Postol's guard, which, you know, Postol is susceptible to those type of punches. For Postol, he's gonna have to come in and do what he did against Matisse: jab, keep Taylor at bay, launch long right hands, and if Taylor makes it past that right hand, then it's time to hold until the ref breaks him apart. Then again, the fight is in Scotland, so I don't know if the ref is gonna allow that. And again, at the end of the day, whoever wins this fight, bigger implications down the line, because Taylor, again, he wants to join the 140-pound tournament that is going to include names like, let me check them out here. It's a jam-packed tournament, even better than that 118-pound. Prograis, 21-0 18 knockout, he's going to be in there. He's probably the favorite to win that one. Ryan Martin is going to be in there as well, probably. Don't confuse Ryan Martin with Maurice Hooker, by the way, different fighters. Josh Taylor, again, he might be in there if he beats Postol. Kirill Relic, who out-hustled and outworked Barthélemy in his last fight. Toyanovsky, who's a good veteran, he's been in there with Indongo and all those guys. Probably the weak link of the tournament, but still a good name. Baranchik, who stopped Peter Petrov. Yigit, who's a Swedish southpaw. Very you know, interesting. He's unproven, but he's undefeated, and we'll see what he can bring to the table. So that's a very good tournament right there. And I'm pretty sure if Taylor wins, or even if Postol wins, maybe he takes on the winner. We never know, man. But this 140-pound division is starting to reshape and look pretty good, pretty good. So guys, let us know in the comment section who you think is going to win. Probably King Butcher's gonna try to do a podcast on Friday so he can get your opinions and predictions on this fight. But if that doesn't happen, well, at least give us your predictions here. You know, the panelists or viewers, leave your comments, leave your predictions. I'm very interested in what you guys have to say. Tell us what we got wrong, what we got right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out our Patreon page, subscribe to BDA Live, and we'll see you in the next one, folks. Take care.